Ready? Is it on? What is up, incredible? What is up, incredible humans? Bar Talk and Coffee. So, I want to talk to you today about growth, right? I think that there's a misconception that we're either standing still or we are progressing. Well, there's no such thing as standing still. You're either progressing or you're regressing, but you're never just standing still. So I think as you look at your life right now, at the very end of 2016, look at the last 11 months and see if what you expected the last 11 months to look like, if that's your current reality. Because too often, come the first of the year, we want to own that year that we're going into, right? We want to make New Year's resolutions. We want to make life changes. We want to make dynamic, altering changes with our life, our career, our business. And what tends to happen is this. You make decisions January 1st. By January 5th, which is my birthday, by the way, you're not even thinking about the resolution you made on the 1st. See, a lot of people slow down during the holidays, and you have every right to do that. Spend time with the family, hang out with the kids, do what you gotta do. Celebrate the life of why Christmas actually is in existence, right? I mean, Jesus, it's his birthday. So, do all that stuff. But don't forget the fact that come January 1st, if you do nothing November, December, nothing at all, come January 1st, you're not gonna have momentum. You're not gonna have a lot of the business and life momentum that I talk about all the time. See, in my whole 12 years as an entrepreneur, I've always built momentum during the last 2 months of the year. Because while other people are making New Year's resolutions, while everyone else is on January 1st going to the gym, and while the gym is packed, you can't find a fucking machine to get on, I've been at the gym the last 2 months and grinding it out, building that habit, building that momentum. So I think as you look at your life right now, I think it's time to evaluate where you are and where you want to be. Now, I'm not here to be a guru. I'm not a life coach. I'm not. A lot of you may think I am, but I'm not. I'm just a human being going through life just like you. And because I've worked on myself and gone through hell, and I continue to go through shit, I end up getting out of it better than I was before I went through the problem, because I worked on myself for the last 12 years. A lot of personal growth. What most don't know about me is that I spend 8 hours a day working on myself. I'm not saying that to impress you. I'm saying it to impress upon you that I always felt that if I worked harder on myself than I did on my business, then I would make more in the long run, because I'd know how to handle problems when they arise. So as you look at your life again right now, look at where you want to be in 2017. Find out what you want to do, not what Joe Blow or Sally Rick or Fuckface says, not what they say. What do you want to do? Because I know a lot of motherfuckers around here literally walking around aimlessly, just without a vision, without any goals, doing things that they hate because it was embedded in them to do it as a child, because their fucking mom or dad or somebody told them to do it. Guys, I'll tell you something right now. If you're working a 40-40-40 job, 40 hours a week for the next 40 years, to retire on 40% of what you can't live 100% on, then you're working a broken system. And as you go into 2017, look at what you like to do. Think about what your hobbies are. Think about where we're at as a society, as a world. You're always one click away from living the life that you want, from traveling around the world. It's interesting. I was having a conversation with someone, and they were like, most people underestimate the amount of money it would take for them to actually live their dream lifestyle. For a while, I thought I had to make $100,000 a month to live my dream lifestyle, and I was wrong. It was 10, it was 15, it was 20 grand a month. So I think it's really important to understand what you want and then reverse engineer that process. Now, part of the reverse engineering is actually getting with someone like a mentor, hiring someone who's been there, done that, bought the ticket, who can help guide you through this process of turning a hobby, a passion, a love for something into money. Now, we are always one click away from making a buck. I mean, right now, if you look at the dollar store as an example, you can go and get a dollar toothpaste and sling that shit on Amazon for $12. There are so many ways to get out of the situation that many of you are in. And let's be quite honest, unless you're facing a life or death situation, the biggest issue we have in this world is a financial issue. Having no money, robbing Peter to pay Paul, using Visa to pay MasterCard. It comes down to finance. I once read that the majority of divorces happen because of finances. So if you look at the root of the problem isn't the fact that there's money being printed every day by the government that you have access to. The root of the problem is you. And so as you go into 2017, do a self-analysis. Check yourself. Find out where you're missing as far as knowledge goes, internal knowledge goes, internal, I would say, elevation goes. On Bar Talk and Coffee, we have a t-shirt and it says, raise your standards and elevate your life. If you raise your standards, if you raise your level of thinking, you will elevate your life. Don't major in minor league activity. What does that mean? Don't major in minor shit. A lot of you out here are walking around majoring in petty ass shit. You know, what mama said, what daddy said, what auntie said, who's doing what, who's doing this, who's doing that, this person said this about me. Stop all that petty stuff. If you raise your level of thinking, you won't major in minor things. Do you know the amount of energy it takes to take something negative and put your whole energy into it? That energy, the time wasted, you could be going to flip $1 into 12 on Amazon from the dollar store. So if you really look at through the problem, there's a couple different things you want to look at. Where do you want to be at financially? You want to ask yourself, are you willing to let go of drama in 2017? Are you willing to major in major things, not major in minor things? And do you really want to make a change? I mean, we can say we want to change all day long, but that shit will never happen unless you're serious about it. So get to know yourself. Do a self-check. Be self-aware. What do you really want? Because I can sit here all day long and do these Bar Talk and Coffee videos, and you can see me elevate my life, go from a camera on a phone to go to a white backdrop and a location for company space. And this isn't to impress you again, but to say you have the chance to grow and elevate your life. But it starts with you. 100% it starts with you. So look at your life, look at where you want to be in 2017. Don't wait for January 1st. January 1st isn't even guaranteed for you. Many of you watching this may not even be here January 1st. I'm just saying that because you can't assume anything. But start now. Start December 1st. Start now, today. And start writing out your goals, making some changes, and do a self-check. I always call it do a checkup from the neck up. Check up from the neck up. But that's my 2 cents today, guys. I love you, and I want you to have the best 2017 of your life. I want you to dominate, own it. I want you to launch a podcast. I want you to launch a show. I want you to get sponsors. I want you to do an apparel line. I want you to monetize your brand. I want you to be better than you were in 2016. I want you to be better than you were yesterday. But it starts with you. And I'm always here. If you need some assistance, you guys let me know. But I love you today, and I want you to grow so you can elevate your life and you can elevate everything else. I love you today, guys. Bar Talk Nation, you know what to do. Like, comment, share it. Tianaverse. Be bold, be great, and above all, be you.